What is going on, guys? Kind of a spur of the moment vlog decision here. It's been a few months since I've chatted with y'all, like literally a few months, and a lot has happened since then. I started prep, so that's cool. I'm actually 3 weeks out from my pro debut, so that's even cooler. And slightly nerve-wracking because I don't feel ready, which we will get into all of that in this video. But I just kind of wanted to pick up the camera today. You guys are actually on my phone. I am currently headed to Kansas City to pick out my competition suit. So I'm super fortunate to be like partnering with Angel Competition Bikinis. I've been with them literally since I started taking the sport seriously back in like 2015, I believe. So I've been with them for quite a while. I haven't stepped on stage in the last 3 years, so I haven't like needed to have a suit or like further that partnership, I guess, or like use the partnership, if for lack of better terms. But like I said, my pro debut is in 3 weeks, and it will be the first pro show of my pro season. I do plan on doing a few shows this year, so Angel Competition Bikinis was kind enough to kind of pick me back up as an athlete, and I'm super thankful for them. So I'm picking out my suit today. Thought I would take you guys along and kind of explain what the hell has been going on in my life. I really wanted to take you guys through this entire prep process, but I have been a one-man band up until about 3 weeks ago, which is super freaking exciting because I did hire my first executive assistant. She is virtual, which I was kind of skeptical about, but honestly, she has been such a godsend to me. Leslie is her name. She's from Texas, has amazing kids, an amazing family. She's an English teacher, so she like loves spreadsheets and organization, like literally loves everything that I hate. So she is like, when I say she's a godsend, she is literally the perfect yin to my yang. Like, we are doing so well together. So I'm so glad I brought her on, and I feel like she will definitely give me some of my like creative time back, but I'm also in the process of hiring my first assistant coach. So that will also give me some time back. I'll fill up some of their roster, and I won't feel so inclined to take on like every single client that inquires with me. Let's catch up on life. So I started prep. I actually started prep at the end of December, so 2020. And I've been prepping since then. You know, I expected to change quickly just because I hadn't dieted in 3 years, right? Like, I turned pro in 2018 and haven't dieted since then. Like, was really enjoying eating 2,400 calories, like maintaining, lifting heavy, like just kind of living life. So thinking that, you know, when you switch gears and get some structure back to your life, I thought I would change very quickly. And I did not. Like, this prep has been a grind, just like every other prep, which is fun. Like, prep's never going to be easy, right? Like, you're never going to have a prep that you're like, oh, this is a walk in the park. Like, I just feel like I'm just living life. Like, at some point, it's going to get difficult. So I expected it, but man, like, when I say like my body did not want to move, it did not want to move. So I started this prep at like 140, dropped to 135 relatively quickly, just because I started tracking my food again, and I was like, you know, getting consistent again. And so I think that was kind of expected. And then I stayed at that 135, 136 range for, I am not exaggerating, for like 8-9 weeks at least, like maybe even 12 weeks. Like, it felt like forever. And then, you know, I kind of dropped down to like 132-ish, and I've been now at 132 for, I want to say, like 4 or 5 weeks. And I'm very transparent with my intake. I know some competitors aren't, because, you know, they don't want anyone to like hear their macros and think their coach is like a shitty coach, or like that they're ruining themselves, or like their methods are wrong or whatever. Like, everyone's intake is so relative to them as the individual. So take these macros and my expenditure with a grain of salt. And I am going to preface the message and say, like, these are my personal macros, you know, not yours. Just because I recommend them doesn't mean you should follow them. If you want to look like me, doesn't mean you eat like me and train like me to look like me. Everyone is so individualized, and their intake and their expenditure is relative to them, their history, what they want to accomplish, what they're currently doing, what they have done in the past, like, etc., etc. So when I tell you these, just take it with a grain of salt. I am eating currently 1,100 calories. That's pretty freaking low, considering I started at like over 2,000 calories relatively consistently. And I'm doing 2 hours of steady state cardio every single day. 2 hours is a lot, but I preface that message as well by saying I'm a very, very sedentary individual. I work from home. I'm an online health coach. You guys know that. And so when I'm not like physically forcing myself to do cardio or go walk the dog or something like that, like I, no joke, hit like 2,000 steps a day. So I am a very, very sedentary individual. Well, when you're creating an energy deficit, and I say energy deficit because it can be done one of two ways. Like, you can pull down your energy intake, which is food, or you can increase your energy output, which is cardio. So when you're creating an energy deficit, it can come from one or both of the ways that I just listed. So with me being so sedentary, like, I've had to get pretty active. Granted, it is just steady state cardio. I'm doing no HIIT cardio. I'm doing no like high intensity intervals. I'm doing no Stairmaster, nothing like that. And in the past, I have ran off my glutes with a lot of HIIT cardio. So this approach is very different. It's all steady state cardio. It's super easy to recover from. It's very easy on your joints. You know, I'm not super sore from doing that cardio. It just takes time, and that's what sucks, like knowing that I have to plan in an extra 2 hours of activity every single day. Now, I do knock out some like DMs and emails while I'm walking. One of them is typically on the treadmill, and then one of them is not leisurely. Like, I still walk pretty paced outside, but it's not like super consistent like it would be on the treadmill. I typically walk Cersei, my dog, for my second hour. So that's kind of literally been my life. Yeah, prep has been good. 1,100 calories, that's pretty low. You know, protein's at 150, carbs got down to 70 for a while, and then my fats were going in between like 35 and 40. Granted, I do have 2 consecutive day refeeds on the weekend. My refeeds, my carbs bump up to 140, so it's not like huge or anything, but it does give my body a chance to kind of recover a little bit from like a physical and like psychological standpoint. Like, knowing that I have 2 consecutive day refeeds allows me to push for those 5 days really hard. And I also want to say, like, you guys know, if you've seen any of my other videos where I'm talking about my sports background, like, I was a freaking athlete. Like, I just feel like I'm super adaptive. Like, anything you throw me, my body's just going to be like, okay, what's next? Like, I'm going to adapt to this. This is the new norm. I'm good to go. Like, what else you got for me? Because even on my steady state sessions, guys, like, I break a sweat maybe the last 10 minutes, and that's it. And like, I'm booking it. Like, I'm usually doing like incline 8, speed 3.3 to 3.5, somewhere around there, no hands. And like, I'm burning 500-600 calories per session, which I don't really track that. Like, that's not a huge deal to me, but it just like puts it into perspective. Like, I just feel like my body adapts really quickly, and maybe that's my athletic background. So prep it's been like, oddly, it hasn't been as hard as my previous preps, but it's still a mental push. You know what I mean? Like, it's never going to be easy, but it has been fun. So my first show on schedule is the St. Louis Pro, which again is in 3 weeks. So that's May 8th. It's so crazy to think that we're already like coming up on May in 2021. Like, where is this year going again? But I'm excited for that show. I have my heels. I'm getting my jewelry this week. I ordered my Pro-Tan. I'm picking up my suit right now. And I'm just excited. Like, I don't feel ready, which I feel like maybe that's just competitors' goggles, right? I'll insert a couple check-in photos for you guys here, or maybe like a posing video as well, but I feel like most competitors feel this way. Like when you hit around 6 weeks out, you're like, oh my God, I'm not ready. I'm gonna make a fool of myself. Like I would be embarrassed to step on stage right now. There's no way I'm gonna be ready. 5 week comes around, it's the same thing. 4 weeks comes around, same thing. 3 weeks comes around, I'm crying almost daily. I feel like I'm having mental breakdowns. Like then all of a sudden, like around the 1.5, 2 week mark, like things just come together and you're like, okay, well, maybe I can do it. I haven't had that moment yet where I just like feel ready and composed, but I'm hopeful that that time is right around the corner. Like I said, my body has just not responded the way I would have thought it would have, you know, after taking 3 years off of dieting, but I'm still pushing, I'm still grinding. After the first show, I tend to get better. So I just know for my body, like as soon as I step back on stage, I feel like I'll get the first jitters out again. And then from there, each show that I do after that will just get better and better and better, like more conditioned, fuller look, more predictable look going into peak week. Obviously the jitters will be gone, so I'm sure my routine will get better, my confidence will be better. I'll take the feedback from the judges and of course implement that, so I'll just have like an overall better package. But this first show, I mean, obviously I want to show up and like freaking kill it, but I really have no expectations going into my first pro show. I don't expect to get a top call out or the top call out. I'm just hoping I don't get last call outs, but if I do, that's okay. Like it's just all of this is a learning process, and I so get that. Like when you turn pro, you're at the top of the totem pole, right? Like you just turned pro. But when you are a pro, you're starting at the bottom of the totem pole again. So it'll be a learning experience, and I'll take everything from this first show and just run with it and implement it and improve and come back and like bring a better self. Like obviously it's really easy to compare yourself to other people that are prepping, other pros that I view on social media that I keep up with. Like their physiques are amazing. Of course, comparison creeps in, but at the end of the day, like this is such an individual sport, and as long as I'm bringing like my best self, then I really can't be mad. And if I'm doing that every show and I'm improving every show, again, like I just can't be mad at that. So, okay, hopefully that was a good little catch-up chat with you guys. If you guys have any questions or like want to see any vlogs, like, you know, moving forward on this prep, I'll try to record some stuff. It may be very like hodgepodge, like unedited, unfiltered, just slap it together and like post it. So I hope that's okay with you guys. I hope you guys enjoy the vlog. Hey guys, so I just finished up at Angel Competition Bikini headquarters. We had a lot of fun. This was actually the first time I had met a lot of them. It's kind of funny, like through social, like I have so many virtual friends that I actually don't know like in real life. So it was fun to just meet all of them and of course put like an actual face with a name and you know, just make that connection. Like more personal, I guess, than just online. So that was a lot of fun. We did some content for their stories and for their website. And of course, I picked out my suit. I cannot wait to show you guys. I think it's literally the perfect color. Like, I knew what like realm of color I wanted to stay in. So I guess I can tell you guys that. Like, since my eyes are blue, I just feel like the blue range is like a good spot for me. But I didn't know if I wanted to go like a blue purple or like a royal blue or more of like a teal blue, turquoise blue, or like a purple blue. Like, there are so many different variances because they're like, you have like an actual fabric color, and then the jewels, I guess, that go on top of it can make the fabric color look completely different. If you get 2 or 3 different colored jewels, it makes the fabric look different. So like, there are so many variations of like suits and how they look, depending on fabric, depending on texture, depending on like AB crystals versus regular crystals. And then of course you have 3 or 4 different colors of crystals on a suit. You can do 2 colors of crystals on a suit. There's just a lot of flexibility and a lot of variance within that. So we tried on a few different suits and I cannot wait. So I did stick within like the blue realm, but I'm not going to tell you like the exact color yet. So we got that together. I also got some jewelry, my shoes, got those. And I'm just so excited. Like, after picking out a suit and trying on a suit and like doing my whole posing routine and like doing a photo shoot and all of it, like, I really feel like it kind of made it real. Like, holy crap, 3 weeks. Like, I literally have 3 weeks until my pro debut. Scary, but very exciting. So I'm very thankful to be a part of this company. Like, their presence on social media and in person is very genuine, and I really appreciate that. That was my trip, guys. Now I'm headed home. It's a 3.5 hour drive, so this was kind of like a fun turnaround trip. I still have an hour of cardio left, so I'm gonna get home. I may do like some sort of at-home workout, or I may just take today as a rest day and get back after it tomorrow, but I definitely have an hour of cardio. Thankfully, I have a treadmill at home, so I'll probably just knock that out. Sup ups. And that's all I got for you guys. So, excuse me. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna close out the vlog now. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. I guess that's all I got. See you later.